Hello everybody, I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Welcome back to another video. We have some important stock market updates that we're going to be going over in just a matter of moments. A lot of interesting stuff is going on in the overall markets right now, potentially a lot of not good conditions for future or at least short-term growth, but potentially there could be some long-term pickups as far as stocks are concerned that we're going to be going over in just a matter of moments here. But before I do any of that, I really want to recommend you guys hit that first link down in the description below and make sure to join our private Discord, guys. This is an amazing place where you can get access to our daily buy and sell alerts as soon as it updates, of course, here in the middle of me making a video. This is how stuff always tends to go. You know how it goes when we're making production. But as you can see here, we're starting up here. This is how we do our buy and sell alerts, especially with stock options, right? That is what we typically are trading on a daily basis, and that is how you can get access to all of our different stock option trades that we are, of course, alerting in the overall market. As you can see there really quick, you just go to the join us category, head on in here, click this link, and you can head on over to upgrade chat where you can see all of our various pricing options. Again, we have a variety of different options for you guys to join up that are very easy to access and obviously very easy, very different price ranges that you guys obviously can access, and depending on what's more comfortable for your overall budget, whatever it is you might have. Again, great group, amazing place to be a part of, and most of our users are doing very, very well in there. Just take a look at the gain section and things are going very, very well, as you can see here. Now, let's talk about the stock market though, because as you can see, the Dow closed more than 150 points lower following January's hotter than expected inflation report. So we did have an inflation report today. The CPI data came back a little bit hotter than most analysts were expecting, which did cause a little bit of dip in overall market futures and of course overall indexes. But overall, things didn't really take that much of a dip in general. This is the year chart that we're looking at right now. We can go down to the 15-minute chart so we can get a more kind of clear view of what's been happening really recently. This is what we saw today, and of course pushing in now to after hours, this is what we're seeing right now with the overall movement of the stock market. Now, keep all of this in mind as I keep talking about this, because this is my whole point of this video that I'm trying to make, right? And that's this. This is what pretty much most analysts are talking about right now, saying that the overall bull market that we are all hoping for to come back is currently stuck in traffic, as Wells Fargo has put it, which I think is a pretty appropriate way to kind of describe correctly what is happening with the overall market right now. We're not seeing a massive push towards those upside potential price points that we saw in the last couple of previous years, especially in that 2020 rally that we saw after the pandemic and everything that happened with that in the overall market, when things really bounced back after stimulus checks started going out and inflation really bumped up those numbers. Now that we're currently going through what a lot of people are calling a recession, of course, we think that the overall stock market crash for the most part is over. But of course, keeping that in mind, we're still a far ways away from a more bullish kind of sentiment in the overall market, where of course in a bull market, it's a lot easier to make money in those style of markets. Now, keeping all this in mind, that doesn't mean that there are still some great purchase points for a lot of your favorite equities, especially when you look at some of these big players like Warren Buffett, for instance. Warren Buffett recently just purchased more Apple stock and of course ditches most of it in TSMC. And as you can see here, his multiple billions of dollars, $137 billion is Berkshire Hathaway's overall stake in Apple, which is about 5.8% of the overall outstanding shares, which is pretty incredible. But keeping all that in mind, we know that, of course, Warren Buffett is a big bull on these style of blue chip stocks, blue chip companies. We know that he oftentimes picked these up, especially on their discounted prices. And if we look actually right now, we can even pull Apple up and take a look at where it's been price wise over the last couple of months. It hasn't really been performing as most people have been expected. However, we did have a very, very nice run up in tech from, as you can see here, all the way back to 2018. This is obviously a much, much further kind of way of viewing this, but we want to obviously take a closer look here to more of like a weekly pattern. For instance, this is what we've been seeing overall. A lot of kind of just dips, rises, falls, everything in between. It's been a very, very choppy market condition. And keeping that in mind, Warren Buffett has been picking up on these dips. These types of consolidations, this is a classic kind of pattern that whales, people who have millions, if not billions of dollars at their disposal, are typically buying most of their shares in. And that's where probably, and where I've been doing in some of my more long-term accounts, been picking up shares in as well. Keeping all of this in mind, guys, one of the things that I really want to drive home here is that, again, again, this is why it is so crucial to look at the overall charts, to look at where everything has been going, especially over the last year. And I'll even pull up the year chart just so we can have a clear picture of what's been happening over the last year of the stock market. This is the last year from 2022 all the way up to, of course, February of 2023 when this video is being made. And again, this is what we've been experiencing, right? Relatively large downtrend with significant, obviously, upticks in trying to make those recovery rallies. But again, what have we done? Look at this. This was a higher high, but then met with a lower low. We tried to make new highs, couldn't do it. Lower high, lower low, lower high compared to that high, lower low. And then as you can see, it continues to do that. What are we doing right now? We're seeing another potential top point around these price points with, again, a lower low from 426 at these candles to all the way down here to even the high here about 416. Again, we could be ready for another potential pullback here in not only the S&P 500, but also most of indexes as well as blue chip stocks and other stocks that are part of these indexes. Please keep this in mind, guys, and tread lightly because the markets are, in my opinion, pretty volatile right now. Again, they're not easy to trade. They're not easy to invest in long term, and it's becoming very difficult to see a clear trend. That being said, however, there are, of course, like I mentioned earlier, whales like Warren Buffett and other large investors who are putting lots of capital on these dips into some of their favorite names in the overall stock market space. So keep that in mind. Also, if you guys want to pick up a free group of stocks with Webull, this is the platform that I'm using right now, as you can see on these charts. Amazing brokerage. I use it on a daily basis to use the charts to analyze different stock patterns, trading patterns, figure out what options I'm planning on buying, and of course alert them in our Discord like I talked about earlier. And just in general, it's an awesome brokerage platform that we use on a daily basis. So hit that second link down in the description below, and you guys can pick up a couple of free stocks with that and support the channel with our affiliate link as well. Other than that though, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.